Live from Lubbock, Texas, it's Saturday Night Live. Hey, Starika, how's it going? Will it be cake? I wish it was cake. You definitely use cake. I am need some caffeine to get the brain going. Hey, Donald, how are you? Welcome in. Guys, definitely please hit that like button, share it out. Get quite a few people in here. I have a box of quarters and I have a bunch of stuff for auctions that we're going to be doing. See what we can find today. I'm hoping for some W's out of here. And if we get real lucky, we might even find a silver. So that is what we're hoping on here. Did sell quite a bit of good stuff earlier today. The early bird trade day went really well. We've got more goodies in here to get sold. Got a bunch of auction items in there. Gotta just go through some of them. Change over there. There we go. So I do have some Canadian 5-cent silver fish scales. What those are called. I have a pretty good stack of those. Those are little tiny Canadian silvers. They are 925 silver. Well, I guess I should put my mic a little closer to my face or you guys can't hear what the heck I am doing. There we go. Hopefully I didn't sound like I was a million miles away. We have a stack of those to go through. We have barber quarter, barber quarter, barber quarter, barber quarter, barber quarters. We have a beautiful uncirculated 1961 Washington quarter. We have an 1835 bust dime right there. Let's see, and we've got some Mercs. Mercury dimes. I think most of the much older ones that I had and the S-Met Mark ones went pretty quick. I do have some early still with some mint marks on here. That one there, 17S. We got some Benjis. And one really nice old seeded $50. And we've got some Cougarans that'll be going up for sale also. Quite a bit of stuff that we'll be going through. Move this up onto the shelf here. We will be hunting those out of the way. Let me get over to the StreamYard side here. Share myself out. Create a post. Hey, Marley, how are you? Type today. Everybody gets that notification going out there. Let's go ahead and get that posted. There we go. Get that shared out. Awesome there. All right. Got some silver dust on my here. Happens a lot. Probably working. All right. So we do have this box that we're going to be hunting here. It has already bank cracks it open. I have not looked at it yet. They count all the rolls, so I have no idea what is in here. Oh, I do need to get my container. All right, now I have my bin. So, hey T, so I'm gonna let me do this. Copy. So, how is your auctions going? Is everything going better for you financially? I hope. So things have started flipping around for you. There's the link if you want to come up and play. Let's see. Roll number one, what we can get. Or as what we're hunting for. Not see any silver edges on that. Now, let's flip this up. We'll get rolling on this. So I will be checking. I guess I need a box here to set the ones that I'm going to check with the scope. There'll be certain dates that I'm looking for certain errors. That one. 22. Look at that one. So I've got a box of quarters and I've got a bunch of stuff that we're going to be doing. And I just dropped a link up there if you want to come up, buddy. How did your Christmas party go? Looked like it was pretty awesome. You and your wife were having a great time looking. You guys were looking pretty sharp looking and snazzy. So I haven't had our company party yet. I gotta see when it's coming up. I can't remember if there was errors on that one or not. Bring you down a little more. Too much light? That's probably reflective. It's not wanting to play nice. The camera anyway. Let's see. Scully. So as far as estimates, most of my early ones sold. I do have this one, the 1917S will be going up, and I think, and I've got a 17 Philly, D. I think I have one other S. No other S one. And those all sold like hotcakes. I do have that 17 and a few. And I have some other dates, but that's about it. There is the drummer boy. We're going to set that aside. Look at that in the scope. Boy, he's trying to roll off everywhere on me. Can't hear. Still at the Christmas. Oh, gotcha. Thank you so much, bro. Yeah, I've got it shared out, so hopefully a few other people will be coming in here shortly. Start filling up the room a little bit. I know I was over at Big Flips, and it started dying out pretty good. Kind of fell asleep at the end of his stream there for a little bit, just to get some rest for tonight, so I could be alert in a week. That one does not. on it, die chip. 2021. I have here Washington, the Delaware. See, no hat on him. All right, so not much in roll number 1 at all. So we're going to keep going. Got anything on this one? Nothing on those edges. So far, I've done pretty well with most of these quarter rolls hunts that I've done. Usually, I still end up pulling about 2 or 3, sometimes 4 out of here, W's anyway. There's that one. I'll look for double die on it. 23. We'll look at that one for 1. So at least this will just give us something to do while we're messing around anyway. There's a 70, 21. No crown on him. Chipped on the bat. Hey, Kellen L, what's up, bro? I don't know if there was any errors on that one or not. I remember 2023s, I'm not as familiar with where they are at, where to look. All things silver, welcome in. Yes, actually, all things silver, I have found lots and lots of W quarters. I would not say anywhere near what Big Flip has found for sure, but I have found a lot over the years. And I pull those aside, definitely get those flipped up, try to get them out of circulation, trying to keep them from getting damaged any further. But once it gets so late into circulation, they get so damaged that they only become worth about $10 if anything. But that's what we're looking for tonight, is looking for those W quarters, any of these errors varieties that are on any of these. 7, I can't remember. Put that one aside. Let me get my cherry picker's guide out, or my Break It Rich book. Okay, let's take a look at these. Nice shiny edges. No silver in that one. We'll see what we come up here. The 23. I see the error on it. That's the Betsy Coleman. Oh, it's dirty. Well, I'm wearing gloves this time. All right, we'll look at that one under the scope. That one will be looking for the spitting horse. I have found the spitting horse quite a few times. There are still several that I'm looking for that I have not found in the varieties and errors on these. One of them is I have not found. Why is it such a glare? Glare coming from. So like this one here, I haven't found the burning building yet. That would be kind of nice to find where that die chip was. Makes it look like a burning building on that one. Have not found that one yet. Sally Ride. Also usually a big die chip that would go right through Washington's hair. There's the Kansas City. We're going to look for the Rust. Nope, he is very present. I have found one of those in God We Rust. The 19, looking for W. Nope. And nope. 22 Wong. The Wong coin. And we'll look at that one. Let's go. Just keep hunting along here. So how has everybody been today? I have been going pretty much all day long since this morning. Saturdays are usually very busy for me on YouTube for sure. Got a little circulation to it though. We're going to look at it for other reasons. It's the back quarter. The other thing you want to be looking for instead of just even the W's is the S business strike. Those are very low mintage coins also. And every once in a while, I will pull out the S mint mark quarters. And you definitely want to keep those. They have the S business strike, plus where, you're looking for proofs and stuff like that. But that S mint mark. All right, let's go to roll number 3 and see what we come up with. They got stuff around for some urban exploration tomorrow. Nice. Nice. There. Out uncirculated, that's why. I was going to go out metal detecting today. And man, the wind was blowing so hard. It was even just knocking my detector around, making it about impossible. And it got cold too. So we got a cold front still coming through. And so I didn't get out and do any hunting. Maybe tomorrow evening. Might work out really good for me if it calms down. I do not know yet. I have not checked the weather. I think the last box of quarters, though, we did get 4 W quarters out of it. That one, that's the Betsy. On the Washington. And I know there are some more minor varieties and errors on some of these too, but there's certain ones that I just have in my mind that I specifically look for. And so that's what we're hunting down. This would be one of them that I would definitely look for. I am still looking to try to find the Wyoming BDO quarter. Yeah. Why is the camera so bright? Like everything's washed out. It does that at night for some reason. I wonder why. Tell you what, let me kill some of the overhead light. Maybe that'll make a difference. Why it would be so bright? That's killing the quarters. We'll definitely look at that one under the scope. That I have a whole complex of buildings to roam around. It's quite interesting knowing what the complex was before. Oh, wow. North Shore 85. Welcome in, my friend. Here, hunting some quarters. I will have some auction items going up for sale. So we're just messing around right now, just getting some of these knocked out. I have a whole box to go through. Looking for those W's, looking for those estimate marks, proofs, silver, U.S. Virgin Islands there. That is an 09. Well, if you guys, I'll set that one aside. That's actually nicer looking, and the 09s are lower mintage anyway. Betsy. Alrighty. Come on. What else? Nothing on the edges there. It's just like blasting out white. Is that too much light? Maybe that's what the issue is. There we go. Too much light shining straight down on it. See, now it's still trying to wash out again. Doesn't want to play nice. Maybe darker background. That's not helping either. Maybe I have an idea. Grab it real quick. See if this makes any difference. Like the right one. It's not the one I'm looking for. Well, that's still just gray too. I don't know why. A little bit darker gray. Maybe it'll do a little better on it. Over some of my auction items here. There we go. All right, we're back in business. All right, let's get to hunting. See, it's so bright off of that edge. Dark. How that does. I'm just gonna have to play with the light a little bit. Now it seems like it's really dark in here though. That really washes it out. All about the lighting, and for some reason it doesn't want to play nice at all. And it doesn't want to focus either. Trying to get that set just right. That one we'll look for. Drop a bunch of them. 23. Too long. Hopefully it's the right quarter and not the long quarter. Haha. Still want to find the Lego die chip that goes into that one for the back borders. The for the double die. That one. And that one. Let's see. So we'll be waiting a little bit to do some auction items because Big Flip is still going right now. Definitely be looking for. Never found that variety yet. Hey, Paula, how are you? Beautiful. I was just thinking about you. How funny. And let me do this. We're just on my mind. You're always on my mind. There we go. I have a box of quarters this time to go through. I got my $50 ordered. And we'll see how that turns out once we get those to come in. That won't be for about 2 weeks, though, but get those in. So I went with the quarters. All right. Hi, gorgeous. How are you?
How's it going? I'm eating some gummy savers.
Some gummy savers?
Yeah, gummy lifesavers.
Oh, those are yummy.
I can't even taste them.
Uh-oh. Okay, check this out.
I'm just chewing them. Let me check it out. Oh, I love those so much.
Yep. So I have a bag of those, and then I bought a bag of the Reasons.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I have those out in the candy dish out in the house for the kids and for my roommate and stuff. So
For your roommate?
Yep. Well, he's a guy.
Oh, I thought you were talking about your
No, he broke up with his girlfriend, and he's a brother in the church to make things right. And so he's living at my house right now. So we got all of his stuff. Like my garage is filled up with his stuff right now. And he was planning on even moving to Florida at one point in time. Now he's kind of thinking that he might stay now. So he's hunting for a job. He may get him added onto the lease and have him a permanent. And that would definitely give me a huge financial break, to have someone helping just even part of the rent.
Heck yeah, win-win. Hey, is your stream set up in black and white or something?
What's that?
There's no color. Hardly, every once in a while there's a pop of color that shows up.
Well, it's probably because we have the black and the white here. The gloves are black.
Oh, okay.
But you look at your icons. You look at your icons.
Yeah. I see that. I can't. There's just a ton of glare on the coins. And
I know it, and I've been playing with the lighting, trying to figure out what in the world to do.
Yeah. Hi, Jessica.
Let me try this. I'm gonna switch the other camera here.
Huh?
I don't know if it's the way the lighting is going or what, but it's not being nice. If I can adjust this, go overhead this way. That is any different. See, it's still got glare. I killed the light. I've killed the lights everywhere in the room.
It's weird. I can't help you. I don't know anything about computers or nothing, but
let's see. You still get the glare there.
Yeah, that's okay. No.
Some light, no light, and then it's too bright. Jingle, jingle all the way. Hi, Jessica.
Hey, Ray.
How are you guys? Did you just finish up?
Hello.
I think she got a phone call, so.
Yeah, we just bait into his stream, then we went to Big Flips.
Yeah, see, I was at Big Flips, and I bought a few things, but then I kind of passed out for a little bit because I was tired. And then my alarm went off. I set my alarm just in case I wouldn't miss anything. And so I could be up and ready for my stream. I had a nasty headache for a while there.
Oh gosh, that's good.
So now that it's gone, which is better. No. W's yet. No silver. Looking for some of those more major type of errors on here. Like this one, we'll look under the scope here in a little bit.
Sorry about that. My daughter's having her youngest is having some sleep regression, whatever that is. I don't know. But,
Sleep regression.
yeah, I guess. I don't know. She doesn't want to sleep. So my daughter's like, Mom, I don't know what to do. I said, I don't know how to help you. Like, I don't know.
Get in the car and drive around.
All right.
That's
Well,
sometimes
I
the
never
best
had
thing
that.
to do.
I never had that problem with my kids. My kids were always really good sleepers.
Yeah. Look at that one. Scope.
So you're looking
Like
at
my-
Quetta. Huh? Quetta.
That is one that I'm still looking for that I have not found as of yet.
The bicentennial.
Yeah, the bicentennial double
Yeah,
die.
you and me both.
Still waiting to find one of those.
That's a tough one.
Of course, Digging Dave just finds them every time he goes on the stream.
I know, he finds them all the time. We've had a couple of his on the show. Yeah.
Like, dude, you suck.
No, save some for the
Not fair.
Save some for the class. Yeah.
He's hunting them good. He's hunting them really well, and he's nailing them.
I tell people all the time, you can't find him if you don't look, and he looks.
Yeah,
So,
he does.
I think he just sold his Close AM, I think, on Great Collections or Heritage, one of those.
That is a no.
Nope.
That one
Nope.
is a no. That one I had a major ring of death too. So good that
That would be the one I would find it on.
Yeah, the luck, oh yeah, it's got a big old scar going through his head.
Yeah.
You're like, thanks. But those have been in circulation for so long. They've been through so many rolling machines. Finding a 76 without a ring of death on it is tough.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is there's still so many people out there who have hordes of them,
Yep. Well, that's what my best friend, his dad apparently has hundreds and hundreds of dollars in 1976
Mm-hmm.
orders. And I said, I would love to look through those.
Well, and then there's me.
Yep. Me is keeping all of those 76.
Yep.
Actually, that reminds me, I set those aside too.
The quarters too? He wants you to set
Yeah,
the quarters
hold
aside? Oh my.
So, because his wife was born on July 4th, 1976, he is taking all of those and he is stacking the 76s. So, he's just putting them in rolls and putting them away and stacking them for the future, just because he can. So instead of like stacking silver and stuff, he's actually kind of just stacking quarters, cash, and Monkey King medals. How are you, brother?
He should go get like a few rolls at the bank, at his bank,
I'm
at
alright.
his beach or whatever, and because he'll find a bunch of them.
Oh yeah, it's
Hey, my
really
king.
Hello, Jessica.
Oh, let's go back to King. Oh, I'm so
point
sorry.
explosion. These are her. That's the Coleman.
Povida Idar. That's the Coleman.
One of the bartenders at the bar that I used to go charge my devices up at had just seen the newest quarter release.
What about him?
The newest one of the bartenders, he was like, I found this odd quarter the other day, and it was just a portrait on the
Yep.
reverse.
That one right there.
That's Povida Idar.
Yep.
Yeah, that one.
This one, I think, is one of the dumbest ones that they ever made. It's like,
Oh, the animal crackers, the effigy
Yeah.
mounds? Effigy mounds, yeah. That's the animal crackers.
like what?
Yeah, crazy.
Like they should. I don't know who engraved that or who came up with that. That wasn't
No.
a good idea. Yeah, let's make some animals on the.
Well, it looks just like the effigy mounds, but they're weird.
It's just something they could not portray really
Uh-uh.
to make it
Yeah.
look right.
It didn't translate well to the coin.
Yeah, exactly. Came across looking good.
Well, the most common of the statehood ones, for variety was the Alaskan bear claw,
Yeah, that one.
because
I
No
found,
doubt.
because of how small those things were.
yeah, I found so many of those
Yeah, little die kit.
that were just super duper common.
It's a glow in the dark alien. In fact,
Select
Definitely
out
look at that one.
select 720p if your camera will allow on the StreamYard.
Bait the hook. Welcome in.
What is that you're looking at? I can't see
That's
him.
the camera. And oh, okay. Maybe that's why.
I'm trying to charge up the glow in the dark feature of this coin.
Well, it's on 720. Get a lower.
That's better.
Yeah, it is better. So I dropped it from 720 to 480.
That's better.
That was what the deal was. I mean, it was really sucking. Really nuts. Thank you, man.
Maya Angelou.
Yep. Look for the twig. I've never found the twig yet.
That is so. You know that is like super common. It's just a little die gouge, right?
Yeah, but I still haven't found one yet.
Yeah, I know. Well, they probably haven't seen. You probably haven't seen a ton of them in pictures. But if you got like the rolls or the bags from the mint when they first were released,
Right.
yeah, they would be all over there. Oh, that's cool. Glow in the dark.
The alien is the only part that glows in the dark. But this is what the reverse looks like.
Oh wow.
That's a beautiful coin. This one will be going up for bid.
Nice.
Is that a quarter
No, that's a half.
or half? Don't need that one.
Rays and arrows. Picked up 3 really nice halves today from my coin shop. I've had them set aside for a while. So I'll go through and I'll just go pick through the cases of the ones I want, set them aside, and they hold them for me, and then I just come in and pay for them. I get the cherry picking. Oh, I did find a really kind of nice one. I gotta pull it out. Pull it, that one.
Don't pull it out.
Not on air.
Camera. Stop it.
How many you got in chat, Ray?
I have no idea. Hey, look. We
Oh,
probably don't have very many. Today. Oh, screen. So we got 9. 9 hanging out.
And only
Anybody's
you and
interested?
Jessica chatting. Only you and Jessica chatting.
I can't.
Oh, yeah, pull it out. I think there'll be a whole lot more on the stream.
Yeah.
I'll be disappearing like a fart in the wind. If Ray starts pulling out, like, yeah, nope, I'm going. We don't need that 3-ring circus there, Ray.
Yeah, exactly. And I just here it is. This one is beautiful.
Yeah, Paul. That's the alien is the 2021 Ghana $5 coin.
Oh, very cool.
Bullion coin. It is number 97 of 250.
Nice.
So I'm going to pull this one under the scope. This is the 1951S. Scope buddy here. We're going to get down on it.
Get down on it.
That alien is, as of August, sold has a known sold listing of $230.
Nice.
I couldn't sell for 200 today.
So there's the S.
But is there an extra lip on there? Can you bring it, go up on the coin so that, yeah.
I'm going to rotate it.
Can you get any closer?
Yep.
As I don't know if it's going to the front or the back or up. There's something there.
Like something to the east, but
Does that look like a D?
no.
So so the coin shop had it listed as S over S.
Yeah, it's not any of the not listed ones.
Okay, yeah, there's definitely, okay, yeah, it's definitely going to the E.
I think it's a little bit of machine doubling.
Hey, Paula,
Because
are
it's
you
very
the same
flat.
Paula that does Q&A?
I am.
The
I
one,
am.
the only.
See how flat it is?
Let's see which one this one was.
When's your guys' next stream?
Monday. Every Monday.
Yeah, every Monday.
7:30 Central.
7:30 Central.
Yeah.
Oh crap! I'm asleep at that time.
I know, a lot of people are.
What now? So I
But you know
started
what?
working.
We recorded just for you, Monkey King.
Well, because I want to send in some. I got a coin that I want some eyes on. I've also showed it on my. I've got a live stream from back in. I want to say March, April-ish, maybe May, where I showed this coin. I believe to be a DDO,
Okay.
but there's no known DDOs for this coin.
Okay. But we answer all our emails. So
Okay.
yeah, we answer all our emails, and typically you get 2 to 3. Everybody gets 2 to 3 eyes on their coin, unless it's like obviously just a damaged coin or something. But yeah,
No, this one's got like I believe to have full split bands also.
so it's uncirculated, so it should be easy to
Yeah.
see.
It's black now in person. It's black, but the details are there.
But it's uncirculated, right? It's mint state.
It's mint state, but it's in black.
Oh, okay. So it's silver.
Like it's tarnished. It's like a tarnished black.
Is it silver?
It's a 1916 Philadelphia Mercantile.
Okay. It's a 1916, huh?
Philly.
Yeah.
Which I have my conspiracy theories on.
Well, there's a lot.
the
There's a
whole,
lot.
Philly
There's a
mint.
lot of. a lot of machine doubling that happened in 1916. We see
Yeah,
1916.
'cause I sold my
doubling.
1916S today.
Did you?
Yeah, I had a 16S, and I went because I ran to the coin shop just to grab some more coins, and I grabbed a bunch of early Merc dimes with S mint marks because Frostbite was
Nice.
asking about them,
Yeah.
and he wasn't able to be in the stream, and they sold like hotcakes.
Nice.
So, fortunately,
But we won't tell you that that it's something that it's not. So, you know, even if we have any question, we have all the experts in our back pocket. You know, so
Yeah.
we utilize them.
Well, so when I was up in Washington earlier this year,
Mhm.
and when CoinOp had done his open panel, I had emailed pictures of the same coin to Jay Tizzle to show on Robert's stream, and Robert said he couldn't verify because it was blurry. And I had mentioned in the chat that I had done a live stream with a scope on this coin.
Yeah, he won't go watch that. I will. I'll go watch it.
I gave the exact time. It's a 2 hour and 20-minute mark.
Yeah. He still won't go
But
watch
I have
it.
to go there. I'm not blue, but my name's in chat, so
Oops.
I'm Monkey King Metal.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Shannon knows me. Shannon Smith, he knows who I am.
Oh yeah, no, I know who you are.
yeah, you've been around the community a long time.
Yeah.
Only about 3 years. But yeah, I've done my own, like, research, looked into the the different types of doubling and all that. And based on, and then I even saw that this was a coin that Rob Spine Treasure had gotten a graded coin on, but it was a drummer boy, but it was showing the same style of doubling on that my Merc is showing.
So the doubling that on the coin that Rob finds treasure is a very strong doubled die. There's like no question about it.
And based off what I was seeing in his video with that 76 quarter, is almost like, with the word liberty, is almost identical to what mine is. So
I don't know what, I'm on your channel. I don't know what video it is though. But
there's one that's queued up for chit chat, and then go to the third one from the top.
The shit show?
In that video, yeah.
Yeah, all things silver. Everybody needs that D.
And you said it's at the 2 hour something?
2 hours and 20 minutes. There's doubling on the date. There's doubling on the WA, Liberty. I showed it. I had come through, and when I was coming down to California, where I'm currently at, I had met up with Hector's Coins and Interest in person, and I don't see it, but he says that there could be a on dime, on the box portion on dime. He says he saw DDR, but I don't.
So you think you have a DDO and DDR? That's super rare. You understand that, right?
Yeah,
enough to have
exactly.
one.
I know exactly that.
And the odds
To
that
get
you
one is
well, and the odds that you have a new Discovery DDO and DDR are like astronomical.
I know.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I don't really don't believe that there's a DDR.
And I love Hector. I've known Hector a long time. I love Hector, but maybe not the best person to ask.
No, exactly. No, I showed. I let him. I had it with me, and I still have it with me. It's currently with me right now. But yeah, the slight possibility that it is a legit DDO is, and like you said, a discovery coin is my odds are better are better at winning the lottery.
Well, so that Discovery coins, we have Discovery coins on our show all the time.
Look at this Discovery coin.
We get people that, oh yeah.
I think this one got discovered in a parking lot.
It's a garbage.
It struck through some rocks.
Right?
I found a 95 penny like that.
It's not impossible to have a new Discovery. It's not impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is. I mean, so. Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I'm not feeling the love. Yeah, I would want some pictures of this. I mean, the video is great because it's super clear. And if you can't get more, clear pictures like you have on the video, then that's not going to help at all. But
no, I fully understand.
But here's the thing. So what we do a lot of times when we have things like this is to prove to ourselves that it's machine doubling and not true hub doubling is we will do an overlay. We'll take a photo of off of PCGS of a normal coin with no machine doubling, no doubling, no hub doubling. And we'll take that photo and we'll overlay it on top, because what machine doubling does is it reduces the size of the device. So, and by that I mean when you're looking at it, you'll have the top of the device and then so that's what we typically do. And I can't do that off of a video, but I can do that off of photos. But my first inclination looking at this is that it's not hub doubling. And I can see where you would see it and go, that looks just like. See, this is. I wish I could probably show it. But well, yeah, he's looking at coins, but the L and the I.
Bring up.
Okay, let me just present.
Let me do that.
Just show this
the
one.
L and the I are the biggest.
And the L and the I to me are the biggest tell. So I have it down in the basement, Ray, if you want to bring that up.
Oh, sure.
The L and the I to me are and let's see, I think I need to, let me see if I can zoom that in. Can I zoom that in? I don't know if I can or not.
Let's see. I can.
Oh wait, here, I can.
There you go.
There. There we go.
Yeah, you see that extra.
Yeah, but that's not extra though. See how flat that is? And how it just comes right back into the device. It's not adding anything to it. It's really flat to the field. If it was a double die, it would be just about the same height as the rest of the L.
Okay, I'll see if I can get better pictures for you.
I'll show you real quick what how you can tell the difference between yours and the one that Rob found. If I can share something one more time.
Yeah, go right ahead.
And like I said, I would love to see pictures of, the different areas on the coin, like still shot.
So the next time that I can actually.
So she wants to see the money shot.
Well, yeah. Can you pull this
Yeah.
up real quick? I do. I know. That's what she said.
Giggity.
There you go.
Now, see how these are the same height.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, they're the same height. They're not flat up against the field, and they actually make the device bigger, like wider. Stop it, Ray. So you can see down, if you like on the E, if you look at the E, if you trace that line down, that's the normal device.
No, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. And then the added extra part is the doubling. So, and it's hard. It's hard to tell sometimes. It really is.
I agree. I'm not a grader. So most of the people here in chat and on the panel here know my situation. I'm currently living out of my van, and my aunt has told me that she'd be willing to put me in a hotel for Christmas. So that would probably around that time would be the next time that I can actually have a chance to
take pictures.
Take a picture.
Here's how I'm going to describe it. Okay. A double die. Okay, so you have two books, same size. You're going to look at the corners of these letters. What you're going to see is they're going to be the same size, but you're going to see this notching between the two, like that. You're going to see this notch on the serifs. So that will be kind of your telltale sign. It will be the same size, the letters will look wider, and you will have this notching at the top or the bottom of those serifs.
Yeah.
And there are different types of doubling that doesn't have notching, but in the case of the one you're showing me and the one that Rob found, that does have notching.
Yeah.
So that's a class 5.
Yeah, I still need to learn all those.
So what?
To really break down and just study.
Yeah, I've been trying to get several well-known people in the community to take a
Mr.
look
V-Rose,
at it.
welcome in.
What's up, V-Rose?
Well, we're always happy to help people and look at their coins, so that's what we do.
Yeah. Got another one. There's one that I'm looking to buy, but.
And sometimes you have to be careful who you ask. You know what I mean? People mean well. They mean well. For the most part, most people mean well. But, sometimes you're asking people who may not know more than you do.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So,
like I would not be able
I'm
to
trying
tell
to
you.
put that. I'm trying to put it gently.
Yeah, I would not know because I
I
have not really studied it out, and I can see it in my head how things would do that because it works very similar to the way I do photography in medical. I can see in 3D imaging, so when I see things and I'm thinking about, I'm looking in my mind, I'm looking at this doubling actually on the actual dies themselves.
Yeah, and that's the important thing. You have
in
to
the reverse.
You need to start from in the beginning. You need to start at the beginning. Like doctors don't go right out of high school into like
Exactly.
treating patients. You have to learn the
Oh, yeah.
minting process and learn how dyes are made and
Yep.
how doubled dyes are created. That's important. And most people want to skip all that stuff, and
And
just go right to
Oh,
hunting
yeah.
and looking for it.
well, and that's how you fail,
Yeah.
not really knowing what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then you fail others when
True.
you're trying to tell them bad information because you don't know, and
You
you're
do,
too
and
proud to tell somebody. For
And
me,
the
I'm
o-
like, I have no idea, and I wouldn't be able to tell you.
well,
No,
the only
I have a
people,
little bit of knowledge, enough to be
You
dangerous,
see?
and that's about it.
the only person that gets hurt when bad information is given is the person that the information is given to.
Yep.
Because it doesn't affect the person giving the bad information at all. Like it just doesn't affect them. In our hobby,
Yeah.
a person can give somebody the wrong information, and it can end up costing the person that they have given that information to money. And that's not
Reputation, money.
fair.
Hello,
Yeah, yeah, reputation.
What's up, T?
What's up, T troublemaker?
What is up,
Come
D?
on up
Read
here,
a-
T.
Well, she
Right.
was here. She was here earlier, but
She said, "Read a book, yo."
yeah, I need to read a book. I
Yeah,
need to read a few
well,
books, and I have
Buy
the
the
book.
book.
I bought a book from another person in the community, and that book ended up getting lost. And T had ended up buying a book, the same book for me. So
Aw,
I still have it, T.
That's right. Reading is fundamental. Hooked on phonics worked for me.
Yep.
I'm a bookworm, so and I don't have many friends here or anybody. I pretty much just sit here on YouTube, and so I've got plenty of time on my hands. So it's either I read
A
or
lot
I'm
of
on
us
here.
are that way. A lot of us are that way. A lot of us, our only friends are here on YouTube. I'm that way. I don't have people like friends that I just go out to lunch with or anything where I live. Like my friends are all on YouTube, and I'm proud of that because I have some awesome friends.
I don't have that
Yeah.
problem.
It was the Walter Breen book, T.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Really? You're reading Walter Breen? Oh my God. You might as well just go knock your head go bang your head against a brick wall right now. That is. I have been trying to read. I don't even think I've read a chapter in my Walter Breen, and I've been working on it for 6 years.
I am the most highly uneducated individual I know.
Well, Breen is like, I don't know. It's like reading a menu from a Chinese restaurant. I mean, it just doesn't make no sense.
Well, that's kind of how it started out with me. Was I had gotten out of the military. I got married when I was 18. Dumb. Had no idea about life or anything. And so, after getting injured and getting kind of thrown out into the world, wondering what am I going to do now? So my first job is to work for a retina specialist in ophthalmology. And so eventually what I ended up doing is I got certified as a technician, and then I got bored. And so I got my national certification as that, and I got bored. So I started borrowing the physicians' books on eyes, their library of books.
Yeah.
And I started reading them, and then I would ask questions, and I would keep reading. And even the things that I did not understand, eventually what ended up happening is it's like a puzzle, and you start putting all the pieces together. And because I knew I would not have the opportunity to go to college, I decided I was going to study my brains out, everything about my job, and got all my certifications in ophthalmology. But it took me making myself do that more than anything else. Was I had to have the motivation and the drive to do it. And that's the same thing with coins. I need to get in there and really study some stuff out.
Well, books, like numismatic books, are my thing, and I don't just collect them. I read them. Yeah, like Amanda said, Just don't buy a Spadone. Don't read Spadone. Spadone is the worst. Don't read it. It's junk. Just take it in the bathroom and wipe your butt with it. 'Cause
I have heard that from you.
yeah, it's not good at all. It's horrible. Oh,
But
Because you know the information that Paula is getting towards all of this stuff. These are guys who have spent their lifetime studying
yeah.
and
I
have their
have some.
PhDs in point newsman. So she's getting it directly from the source.
I am. I have some amazing mentors. I sure do. I have some amazing mentors.
Because they go, not only do they spend a lifetime studying out, and then they write books about it because they have their PhDs and they can do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been a bookworm since I was a kid, so
Nice.
it don't bother me if it's super technical to just a picture book, you know. I'd rather have. I'm a physical type of person. I can, an ebook is just not the same. I like being able to turn the page, feel the page,
Yeah, I like books
hold the
too.
book. But right now, I just got back into work. Yeah, T, I got a job.
Yep, he's got the job. Getting back on his feet.
Getting there.
That's awesome.
This was my first week. Started
Money
Wednesday.
going back in and
off tomorrow, and then I go back 4 in the morning on Monday.
well, that'll be nice. Your first paycheck's coming in and finally getting yourself put back together. It's not an easy task to do.
No, and it's a seasonal job, but there's I know what kind of skills that I have and how I work and whatnot. That there
Oh,
could
Belle,
be a
welcome
good
in.
possibility that I get hired on.
Yeah.
What's up, Belle?
Well,
Yeah, a
see, this
lot
gets
of
your foot in the
people-
door. You start building.
Yep. That's right.
But
But I'll tell you, I'll give you
Yeah,
one piece of advice. If you send us those pictures and we tell you something you don't agree with, that's fine. Or that that you do agree with, whatever.
no,
My
but see, that
my
for
suggestion
me,
is to send. Go ahead and send the pictures to post them on the Koneka forum, because
okay.
a lot of the people that are on that forum are the people that do the air examinations for the third party graders.
Okay.
So you're gonna get.
Yeah,
you're gonna
I'll definitely I'll get in contact with you guys.
Okay. That's true, T. A lot of YouTube is yeah. You just have to. You have to
But
pick
I
and choose.
just look at it this way.
Go
If
ahead.
I find variety or an error, most likely I'm going to find a variety. And, I always know it's only going to be worth a few bucks to maybe $20 at the most.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
that's just standard. Because it's common enough for me to find it. It would be
Mhm.
much more rare to have anything, around
On
100.
that quarter you just passed, that Edith Kanaka Ole quarter.
Yeah.
Look on the obverse by his ear for the die clash.
Well, I've
There's
been
a huge-
looking at all
okay.
of the quarters. Yeah, all the
Okay.
2023s for
But
that
there's
die
a
clash.
huge Edith. There's on the Edith Kanaka Ole. There's a huge die clash on that one. So it says almost. You can almost see like Edith totally clearly.
But I will say this, Paula, is that when I do send the pictures, and I do plan on sending the pictures,
Yeah.
I understand that even if I get you guys to discuss it and look at it, I am going to objectively listen to your guys' criticism, because that's basically what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to get a consensus from other people. More eyes on something, the more about it, and even if it comes with a unanimous that it's not a DDO, hey, at least I tried.
Yeah, and
I'm
you
not gonna.
saw something that wasn't normal, and that's where it starts.
Mhm.
Like when you find something that doesn't look right, then that's where it starts. That's what gets you to looking further into it. So.
Yeah, Mr. V Rose, they are collectible.
Ray,
yeah, very collectible.
Can you put me front and center?
Sure. Oh, that's fashion. Sorry.
I was gonna say, nice ribbon, Monkey King.
So
fancy.
Well,
Paul, I found this coin that's on my avatar right now on a Coinstar in Washington. The mint mark is repunched, and the date has signs of doubling. I can't say it's a DDO, because I know the DDOs are look like you're drunk.
Yeah.
But Liberty, the RTY show it too, and yeah, I was quite surprised that I found the 69 as a refund, at least the refund mint mark.
So I'll tell you. You said the dates doubled too? You said the dates doubled too?
Mm-hmm.
So one thing, and I'm not saying this is the case with your coin, but most of the time when you have doubling on the date and the mint mark on coins prior to 1990, it's almost always machine doubling. And here's why. Because the mint mark was placed on the die separate from the rest of the design prior to 1990.
Yeah.
And doubling happened, so hub doubling happens during the creation of the die, during the hubbing of the die. So if you have the same doubling on the date and the mint mark, because the mint mark's placed separately, then pretty much the only thing it can be is machine doubling. Because it won't be a doubled die, right? And on the 6, and if you look at
it was a DDO.
Yeah. If you look at the 69,
as doubling as they were stamped twice, like it was
no
2 impressions, but that's not the case. The die itself was carved or put in there,
hubbed,
doubled, hubbed or made that way.
Hubbed.
But there is that line on the rim there too.
That doesn't have anything to do with a doubled die.
Okay.
A lot of people think it does.
I didn't know.
No, right. No, I know. You're not the first person and won't be the last person who I've heard say, oh, I've got a double die because look at the rim is doubled. No, most of the time what causes that is a slight misalignment of the die. It'll cause they call it a railroad rim. And it's a double.
It looks like it was like a railroad.
Yeah, they call it a railroad rim. Yeah.
Let me.
Right.
Listen, T. Settle down, T. Settle down.
But yeah, I found that I was more shocked about the mint mark being doubled. And I was like, no way did I just find a replenished mint mark for the 69S. And so when I started coming onto YouTube and, watching coin roll hunts and looking at people that did coins and whatnot,
that's hot.
It was during the pandemic, and I just, it kind of sparked me getting back into the hobby.
That looks
I
like a
started when I was
95.
a little kid.
He's a beaut, Clark.
Is that a 95?
Yeah.
Shaw. She's a beaut.
Oh,
Figured you guys like to look at that one.
Yeah, that was a pretty.
That's always fun.
Amanda found one of those.
I heard.
Yeah, and it was trashed.
Oh,
It was trashed. She just said it looks nicer than my 95.
That's
I have a
actually
couple.
not too bad shape.
Did you find that?
You
actually found that?
she said, looks nicer than my 95.
I know, hers is like full of zinc rot. It's so sad.
Oh, the one
That's
that the 95 that I found on the 95 I found just the other day when I was walking home, walking back to the van after work was road rash big time on both sides. You can look, like the copper layer was just completely, it was worn on like the high spot stuff, like portion of his head, and then the jacket, and then like most of the memorial kind of got taken out, but everything like the fields and everything are pretty much there. But I was like, man, this would be sad if it was the DDO.
Well, that's basically what Amanda's looked like. It was very sad. She messaged me and she's like, oh my gosh, I just found a 1995 double die. I'm like, really? She's like, yeah, you want to see? I'm like, oh my gosh, that's the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, ATS, it has nothing to do with the strike. A double die has nothing to do with the strike. A double die is exactly what it says. The die is doubled. So every planchet that die strikes will be that same doubled die. So you can have, up to 1 million, however many they strike. 10,000 to 1 million or whatever.
Yeah. Ray, have you ever sold that Standing Liberty book album? Postcard or the post stamp coin?
Yes, that did sell.
Nice.
Floating
Yeah,
roof?
the only one out of that.
No FG.
No FG.
Yeah, floating
Oh, wow.
roof, not a thing. So that has been delisted. I'm sure you're aware of that.
Yeah.
It is no longer a cherry picker.
Why did it get delisted?
Because it is super common, and you can find it on many dates from the early 60s to the early 70s. Super common. It's just the only thing that causes it is over abrading of the dye or dye wear. Most of the time it's over abrading of the dyes. So when they maintain the dyes constantly, they clean them off. If there's like a little nick in them, then they take little Dremel tools and they abrade them. And when they do that, sometimes they get a little heavy-handed and it removes design elements.
Okay.
And that's what caused the no FG and the floating roof. And the floating roof really was just something made up. That's a little filled dye.
Wow.
That's a filled dye.
Look at the eye, it's completely gone.
Mm-hmm. You want to hear a theory about the weak 4 and the weak mint mark and the missing elements like that on the steel sense, right?
Yeah.
So it used to think that it used to be thought that weak 4 and the stuff like that on the steel sense was caused from grease, struck through grease.
Right.
But then they started finding it not only on the Denver, but on the San Francisco and the Philly mint. So like, well, it can't be just a struck through grease if it's happening at all 3 mints. So then they thought Ken Potter said, well, maybe it's dye basoning, which is basically like when the dyes are heat treated wrong, then that area of the dye gets like sunk in. Well, now they have discovered that, and this was from talking to someone that worked at the mint in the dye shop at that time, that with the new zinc plated steel scents, the zinc was flaking off and filling those.
That's
those
what I was wondering.
design
Especially-
elements. Filling those. Yeah,
So with the steel
zinc,
scent, you're talking steel on steel.
yeah,
So
and
it's
the
getting
zinc
that kind of heat, it can almost weld itself in there.
and the zinc plating was flaking off and filling those design elements on the dyes.
Yeah, I got one that was like it's a Ghost 4.
Yeah, that's the Ghost 4.
On a yeah,
steel
and
scent.
like
Mhm.
it literally the 4 is like non-existent. It's
Yeah.
barely there.
And so it's
Yeah,
probably a
but everything else is
combination
there.
of that and the basoning of the dyes. It's probably a combination of the two. So, because even when they were cleaning the dyes, they couldn't get that zinc out of there, because if you guys know about when coins are struck, those coins, the planchets, almost become liquid for a blink, less than a blink of an
Oh
eye.
yeah.
They almost become liquid. That it causes so much heat, the striking of the coins.
Well,
And so when when the zinc flaked off and filled those, it's okay. When the zinc flaked off and filled those design elements, it basically, like Ray said, welded itself into those
Into
crevices
those
of
bases.
the dye. Mm-hmm.
but
Joe McBride, Joe McMahon.
Woo, Joe. What's up, Joe?
so they use hydraulic presses, right?
Now they do, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. When did they?
Well, they haven't used
They
steam
were they-
presses since the 1800s. So yeah, it's all hydraulics. The Schuler presses, now they use they switched to the horizontal presses. They used to have the vertical presses, but now they have the
So
horizontal
they were getting
presses.
stamped like this. Now
Yes. Now it's
this.
like that. Yep.
Yeah.
And the obverse die is now the anvil die, where it
Yep.
used to be the hammer die. I know that probably doesn't mean anything to you.
No.
Just
I
throwing
was
it out
gonna
there.
say, I was like, didn't they hammer them before?
And then you also
No,
have the
no.
edge lettering that they have to put in too, which would be
No, we've always used presses. It used to be screw presses, but we've always used
Okay.
presses. Yeah. The Romans hammered their coins.
hammer. The Romans got hammered a lot.
Hammer time. They did.
Yep, they had lots of wine. They got hammered all the time.
What
All
a
right,
joke.
well, I appreciate the conversation there, Paula. And
Anytime.
yeah, when I get a chance, I will try to get those pictures to you.
Yeah, for sure. Whenever. I mean, you've had the coin for a long time, right? So, and listen, no matter
I've had
what
it for over 2 years.
no matter what we say, you still have a really nice 1916 Mercury dime. So there's that.
So, all right, everyone. I'm gonna
Have
head
a great
out.
night.
Ray.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me come up. I was gonna
you're welcome, brother.
Try to sell
Anytime.
some stuff, but are you gonna be doing? Is Silver Keys gonna do the after flea market?
I think she's
tomorrow?
doing tomorrow. She hasn't told me one way or another, but I think she is doing tomorrow.
Okay. Because I know she's been like kind of doing her, they're prepping
Yeah.
for the winter.
Yeah, prepping for winter, having family over. So yeah, she's been pretty busy. I do have some cougar reds if you guys are interested for 35. Got 2 of them.
All right. Later,
Have
everybody.
a great night, Monkey King.
Later, buddy.
Have a great night, my king.
And there has not been anything in this box. It's been quiet.
Thanks for giving me that chance to do a little bit of teaching, Ray.
Always, always. All learn from it, and we all improve our skills that way.
Joe McMambon.
McBridge, Joe McBridge.
McBridge.
That's another one I want to find. This one right here.
Oh yeah, who doesn't?
Eye on that.
Yeah. Who doesn't? You know, they used to think that that was a class 8, and now it's just recently they've discovered that it's actually a class 1, which shouldn't happen on the modern quarters.
That's weird, yeah.
Yeah. But it
Yes.
does. So there's that. So much for the single squeeze, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you too, Monkey King.
Want to find the burning building.
Yeah.
Have not found a example of that yet.
I don't have that either. I have the blind bat.
That one I want to find.
I have that.
I got my capsule in for my 5-ounce back order. I ordered a capsule for it. It's got that.
Yeah, after Christmas, I'm going to start. Well, I shouldn't say that. I guess after Tulsa, I'll start saving up to get me another Apollo. I can't believe I did that. Whatever. Teacher. I know, that's me, Joe. You know, I never will miss an opportunity to do that.
So I had one earlier.
Chew.
For you. So I got this from the coin shop, and I was like, I'm going to check it for the Bugs Bunny insurance.
Oh, yeah, sure enough.
And it was there.
Very cool.
Victoria bought that today.
Victoria did? Ah,
Wanted a Bugs Bunny.
yeah. The 55
Chew, what
is
is
the
up,
most-
Chew? Not had much luck with the quotas today. No W's, no estimate marks.
I think Mint needs to they need to bring that back. They need to do another fun thing for coin roll hunters. They really
That
do.
Really,
That
yeah.
was so much fun. I had fun just watching people open rolls, looking for the W's.
Exactly. I don't see it. So yeah, out of all the quarters that because I mean that made quarter roll hunting fun
It did.
for everybody.
And it brought a ton of new people into the hobby. Like it
It
was
did.
just, yeah, it
So
was
it
super
accomplished
fun.
what they wanted. Ooh, that
Yeah,
was.
ew. Blech. That's
If I'm not mistaken, I
disgusting.
think that's no. That was just getting. I'm not even gonna try to look at what that is. Thinking maybe it's bicentennial at the most, and then I might soak it in soap water. But not even worth it. Yeah, they definitely need to make a quarter out of Miss Watson, who was a wasp. They should have made a women's quarter out of her.
I do remember that, Mr. B. Rose.
Whoa. Oh yeah, in the bezel. Yeah. Well, and that's like I have a that Barber dime that I thought had a big oak head on it, and then determined no, it was just actual solder from when it was in a bezel
Mm-hmm.
jewelry piece. Did not have the weakness on the other side like it should.
Nope.
The way to tell. So much metal, and it's only got so much space to go.
Yep. Find something good, would ya?
I'm trying.
Come on.
And this is like a letdown compared to last week, wasn't it? Out of all those silvers that we pulled
That was
out.
awesome.
Like, wow. Yeah,
That was so awesome.
Freaking awesome.
Well, if it had brass, if it tested brass, then it is a bezel around it, Mr. V Rose. 100%. That's a bezel. That's what I told you. It's probably brass. And he did something else wrong too, because it should have showed some manganese in there. I'm pretty sure. Well, let me check. Don't quote me on that. I'm gonna check right now. But I thought the sacks had manganese. Maybe they don't. I know that the. Let me check. But brass, absolutely. That's the bezel around it. So. And if he didn't offer to buy it from you, then it's nothing.
So for the Washington orders crossing the Delaware.
2000. Yes, there's manganese. So copper, zinc, manganese, and nickel. Okay, it does have manganese. Okay.
Cracking out on all these orders.
And the copper and zinc is correct. And so, yeah, the copper and zinc is correct. But the coin is less brass. It shouldn't have any brass. It shouldn't have any brass. Because it's an alloy of copper, zinc, manganese, and nickel. And brass is copper and zinc, I believe. Because bronze is copper, zinc, and tin, right? No, that wouldn't make any sense, though, Mr. V Rose. It wouldn't have tested as brass, though, with an alloy of brass, manganese, zinc, and nickel. It would not test as brass. That's a completely different alloy.
Shiny, thick edge.
The brass is the ring around it.
That's just a 20.
But if you think it might be something else, send it into Annex. They'll test it for you.
Put it through the XRF gun and tell
Yeah,
you exactly.
Annex will test it for you.
That's how they're telling whether it's been cleaned too, chemically treated in any way. Now is with those XRF guns. It'll show up any other abnormal chemicals.
Yeah, because it wouldn't. The only brass that it would have tested would have been if it had that brass ring around it. because when you mix, brass is a mixture of copper and zinc only. Once you put other alloys in it, it's no longer brass. Like if you put tin in with brass and zinc, then it's bronze. It's no longer brass. Does that make sense at all?
Yeah, that's just the alloys. How
Yeah,
it,
it's a different alloy then.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Horrible.
Nothing.
Nothing.
You're like Yukon Cornelius.
Stinky box. So far. Well, I have a lot of quarters still yet to hunt, but so far still just really nothing standing out. There are some that I'm setting aside looking for specific stuff when I get them under the scope, but nothing really good. So this drives me crazy. I want you to know that. Okay. So they make this 2021 and they make the 2021 where's it at?
2021.
Yeah, so they made two this year, two different designs. Okay, so you have this one.
Yes.
So on the other one that they did E, D, this is strike S, proof, plaid, and proof, silver.
Right.
Oh, sorry, didn't see you down there, buddy. What's up?
There he is.
Here I am. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hear me now.
Sorry, Ray. I didn't mean to interrupt. I always hate typing because I can never convey what I'm
I
thinking.
hate typing.
I could still be wrong. But Paul, I when I called it brass, I'm the one who's calling it brass. The readout from the XRF was, I'm eliminating like the decimals of it. I'm just rounding, but it was 65% copper, 34% zinc, and then 0.9% nickel. And then when I looked up that metal composition, it's for brass. Brass is copper, essentially copper and zinc together. The coin that he tested, that's what came out. What a SAC dollar should have is 88% copper. This one only has
should
60.
have manganese and nickel also. So
no manganese.
I would question his XRF machine before anything. I really would. I would question his XRF machine because I can tell you that not only would that coin have had to have been struck on an experimental or a different planchet, but the rim collar would have had to been different too because it was rounded.
Right. Yeah. So that was the other thing.
That's the bezel.
Yeah.
So I think he's wrong.
It could be he's wrong. But he said there's no bezel on it. He looked at it under the microscope. He tried removing it. He didn't put any marks on it, but he
tried removing it.
He didn't put marks on it, but he said it's not a bezel.
Take it to a jeweler.
Okay, so where I brought it, is the only place we don't have coin shops where I live, if you can believe that. So all the cool stuff I've ever found, and, with the exception of roll hunting, has been going into the pawn shops. This one's a family-owned pawn shop. They deal in jewelry, gold, silver, and they're the only place around that's got an XRF. I've brought gold to him before, silver, and they test it through the PCGS holders and stuff. It's never given me anything back that I didn't expect, So that's why I was curious, because it didn't have manganese. It's even before I tested it, I always thought, I worked at my dad's machine shop. I know metal, but man, this reminds me of brass. It just reminds me the way it looked, the color of it. So you're saying take it to a jeweler and see if he thinks.
You might as well just send it into Annex.
I'm going to go to Fun Show. They've got a great deal at the show.
There you go. Yeah, I
And
think Annex is at the fun show, aren't they? Or
yeah.
Connecticut
I
is.
submitted stuff
Connecticut's
last
at it.
year.
Yeah.
They got a phenomenal price. It's like $17, and
Yeah.
I was just wondering, do you think maybe just turn
Well,
it
they'll
over?
be able to tell you too, and I can tell you at the fun show, Connect will have a table too, and they'll be able to tell you right off the bat.
Maybe I'll go there. I showed it to the guy at the table last year, and he thought it was interesting, and he asked me to walk it over to somebody else, but I didn't bother doing it.
Yeah.
So, all right,
You
cool.
showed it to somebody at Connecticut?
No. This was last year. I showed it to the Annex guy. I submitted like 15 coins, and I wanted to submit that, and he thought it was interesting. He goes, He recommended somebody's name at a different table to look at it, but I never went to go look for them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can only tell you by looking at pictures,
which is difficult.
What
right.
I think, and what I know of, like for experimental planchets and stuff like that.
I still think it's a counterfeit. I think it's a counterfeit.
It could be counterfeit. It could be. It could be play money. I don't know.
Well, a lot of those counterfeits were found in South America and Central America, and it happens to be the 2000D. But according to smalldollars.com, according to the Treasury, all those counterfeits were in spec tolerance. This one's like a whole gram over.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
But I have seen bezels on coins that you could not tell were a bezel on a coin.
And I mean this sincerely. I appreciate you constantly.
No, I know you. I know.
No, I appreciate it so much because it makes me want to dig a little bit more, and then.
No, and he got a W.
Nice.
It's definitely not a 20.
No, it's a keeper.
It's not a
so it's
2020. It's not a 2020. It's a 19.
Yeah, because it doesn't have the VF 75, so we got a low.
Yeah, Lowell. Woohoo!
I found two W's in one roll one time, and then
I have never found one.
Ever?
Ever. But I live in Oregon.
Yeah.
There was no dumps anywhere near where I live, and so.
Do you have any?
I do. Okay. Yeah, I bought a set of the 2019s and a set of the 2020s.
Do you have so you have a whole set? Okay.
Yeah, I have
a lot of the Weir Farms. I would send you one if you did.
Aw, that's so sweet. That's so nice.
All right. Well, thanks for your help. I don't want to impose.
Whatever you decide to do.
I'm going to keep you posted.
I'm super excited for you, that you're going to the fun show. Yay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm jealous.
Well, one day we'll get many more people to come down. It's a wonderful.
Well, one day I want to be sitting at that Connecticut table. Is what I want to do. So
that's right. And then when you walk outside, it's sunshine and warm weather in January.
Anyway, but keep me posted whatever they say.
I will, and I really appreciate all your input. It means a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, have fun, guys. Thanks.
Thanks. My best was 7 in one roll. Oh my gosh, I would die. That's so awesome.
Yeah, so these are like ones that I've pulled out.
That's so cool.
Over the years.
Holy moly! Hang on to those. Someday those are going to be worth some money.
Well, yeah, there's only 2 million of each minted.
I know. Yeah, and you guys out there in chat in YouTube Coinland, you need to start saving your S-Mint Business Strike quarters too, because you think those are low minted. Then check out the S-Mint Business
also.
Strike.
That's the reason why I save all of those. Yeah, so I've got
the bat's my favorite.
Box
Okay,
is,
come on.
I've probably got a good half box here of W's and S's here. And that's just an S Business Strike.
Yeah.
Effigy mounds.
Oh yeah, your favorite. How funny you pulled that one out.
Favorite.
That's funny.
Got one. Finally got one.
Nice. I remember watching Jeep and John do the quarter hunts. And him and Dodger could always tell by just when they opened the roll by looking at the edges of the coin. Yeah.
Yep. And it used to be that way, but now with all the newer quarters, these now have definitely not as pretty as they were when they were first released.
Something about the collars at the West Point Mint. The collars must have been deeper or something.
But when we would look at it, and you would see the edge, and the planchets themselves were different. So they were a lot more solid copper looking in the core.
Oh.
And so they would really stand out, and they were a little bit thicker.
So I wonder if the West Point Mint punched their own blanks out, or if they got them from a
Different source.
from one of the other mints. I have to look into that. They seem much more copper. Yeah, Mr. Vero said the same thing.
Yep. So they were thicker. They had a much more copper core look to them, and they really would just stand out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in fact, it wasn't just him. It was most people that were hunting them all the time. Could tell by just looking at the edges. Edges.
Yeah, I can't really see the light, but W there. So what I was telling you earlier was, here is, the 2021s. You have the two different designs that year. And what drove me crazy is, for the other one, they made the PD and S.
Right.
And then you had the proof S and the proof
silver
with it. But for this one, they did not produce a S business strike coin for it. And it drove me nuts, because then there's this little blank spot in my album. And I'm like, why isn't there an S business strike? And they did not produce one.
Yeah, that's
an outlier, sort of like what they did with the 2022 Peace Dollars in Morgan. They didn't do them. I'm like, you screwed up the whole thing. Unless their intention was, we were just going to do it 1 year, and then we realized, oh, people really like that.
Yeah.
We can make more money. And then like, okay, so we're going to do it for the next year. Well, now you skipped a whole year.
Huh.
So I went and looked that up at the Mint, trying to figure out, why didn't you do a business strike on that particular coin?
Yeah, I wonder why not. Maybe because it wasn't part of the program.
Yeah, and it's the only one.
Yeah.
Because the other coin that year that they did, it does.
Right.
And all the other ones subsequently, they've done that. And so I was searching and searching and searching for it, and I could not find it. And I was like, why can't I find it? And then I go to the Mint website and realize, oh, they didn't make it.
Yeah, it must just be because it wasn't part of the quarter program. Maybe they're only doing that for the different quarter programs. I don't know.
So strange, because it's the business strike, not anything else.
And maybe they just didn't, because they only sell those to collectors. They don't put them out in circulation. So maybe it just wasn't cost effective for them to just make one. I don't know. I mean, they, just to make one run of something.
So if you ever find an S business strike, Washington crossing the Delaware, you've got the only one.
Yeah.
Pretty wild. So if you guys wanted to see what I had up, I don't know if Mr. B Rose had any of these. Got the 54 Denver uncirculated. You have a 57 uncirculated. Very nice ones. that $50. I have EC almost sold on this one. He wants it pretty bad.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. Every time he sees it, he just cringes like, what? It's open.
Well, he just needs to pull the trigger.
I know it.
What are you waiting for?
Beautiful. 61. Had a bunch of bar recorders. Had a bunch of really nice Mercs. 17, 17S. These will go up for sale tomorrow too. So
Merc dance goes. One of these days, I need to start going on. I
have the Merc Littleton coin album. I don't have the Dansko.
You don't?
Not the Dansko one. I originally started off with all the Littleton coin albums. So I have a lot of those.
Well, nothing wrong with the Littleton.
No, they're nice. And now the more I've gotten more into collecting and experience, I'm really... At first, I didn't really care so much for the dark brown kind of drab color, but now I'm really starting to like
the Dansko.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of classic looking, you know.
It definitely wore on me, and
it's very bookshelf appropriate.
Yeah.
You know, it looks good in a bookshelf.
Well, I just can't. I can't bring myself to actually put them on a bookshelf. They're going to go in my safe.
Really? I have. Yeah, I know. I should.
My
I mean, I have
safe
safe. I have a couple safes, but I have my. It's funny because I have my most expensive coins not in the safe. I have them in my slab. I have them in my slab books that I take out weekly and look at.
Yeah, exactly. But if you always have someone at the house, you don't really have to worry about that. So that's the nice thing.
I do, and somebody would be really sorry if they tried to get into my house. Because I ask questions later.
Yep. And pew first.
Yep.
And let God sort it out.
Yeah.
I
ain't got time.
Yeah.
And I can't run fast enough, so.
Yep.
Yep. And my grandbabies live with me now too, so I'm even extra trigger happy.
Nice. Traded 5 of the W quarters for a 1914D penny. Nice. That was a deal.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's $100+ coin right there.
I'd do that all day long. All day long, I would trade those for a 14D. Have you heard of Wayne Raymond albums?
I haven't heard of those.
I haven't. Wayne Raymond.
Yeah, leave a 55 double die laying around. Yep, exactly.
I know, right? It's not laying around, but it's on my bookshelf in my slab album because I like to look at it.
You're like, it's pretty.
I want
to hug it and
I do. I look at it frequently. Yeah.
So I'm thinking I've got to find some of these guys. I know several people in the community that are from Canada. I'm going to have him look up some of that value of that set, that Canadian proof-like set from 1945.
Yeah.
And see if they can come up with a price on it.
Yeah, that thing is stunning.
That could be a big ticket item.
Waite Raymond Inc. coin and paper money albums on eBay. Huh. Oh, those are... Wow. Those are not cheap, eh? Interesting. They're like a 3-ring or a 2-ring album. Brown. They look kind of like Dance Goes, but they're like a ringed album. Huh.
Ding ding ling.
I have not heard of them before. Here's one for National Coin Album Weight, United States Nickels, 1866 to 1952 with coins, $475. That's not bad. There's a large cent. Yeah, they're not cheap. Here's one for $40. Small cents.
Usually the average cost for a dance goes about $40. But the ones that are very difficult to get, well, now the thing is, I'm wondering if Dansko is now back in production and starts producing these other albums again that everybody has spent so much money on. It's gonna really tick some people off.
And I have a feeling that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, because some of those very rare, like the Mexico albums, the 3-cent silver and 20-cent piece album. Yeah, I think it's gonna. Some of these dealers are gonna be feeling like they're out some money.
Here is a thread that I'm reading, talking about those albums, and apparently they tone coins. Well, one person says either really nice or really ugly, but they have an accelerant or accelerated toning. It says if you put them in high, if you put the albums in a higher temperature area, it accelerates the toning.
Yeah, it's releasing the sulfur oxide.
They are not good for copper, it says. Because they do something in the, there's got to be some sulfur in those pages. Because a lot of the older albums and stuff in the older folders, boulder holder. The older boulder holders.
That's the reason why we need to get Ida 2 of those boulders to play with.
Oh my gosh, I hate that stupid thing. With a passion.
And then tell her to put them in 2 tube socks.
Oh my gosh. You know, when I was at her house, I almost hid it from her. I hate that thing. Drives me nuts.
There was something I saw on YouTube that looked very similar to that concept.
Ugh.
That someone had dressed up as a ghost, but they had their boobs cut out and then had the googly eyes pasted on there, and they were jumping around with them. I'm like, how are you getting away with this on YouTube?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so some of the stupid things people do for attention on YouTube.
Oh yeah. In life, period, really.
Oh, in life, yeah.
Yeah, no problem, Mr. V Rose. I don't like when somebody brings something up, I have to look it up. I can't. That's just my nature. I gotta find out.
It might be really cool.
Yeah. That's how you learn things.
Have a blessed night, Joe.
Oh, Joe. Good night. Good night, Lainey.
Good night, Joe. See you around YouTube World tomorrow.
Oh, he's at work. So he's back to work.
Yeah, because he works nights.
Oh, my goodness.
What is he, a security guard?
I don't know. I think he works at the Mint.
He can't tell you because he'd have to kill you.
He's undercover.
He's trying to get all their little dirty secrets.
I know.
And so that's what's so hard is the Mint has to be hush-hush a lot of the stuff. because they don't want people counterfeiting.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, they don't want to also tell their screw ups either.
Well, do you know that nobody has ever been able to find out exactly how the copper-plated zinc planchets are made? Like, nobody has ever been able, because so Alan Herbert and Ken Potter and all of them, like, they wrote to the place and tried to find out all the information. They would only give them bits and pieces of information.
Right.
They wouldn't give them the whole thing. So there are things that happen, and I'm sure things that happen throughout, history, the history of the mints, that there are certain things that we will never know.
Right.
You can only speculate about or use, like,
Well, I can tell you the early zinc planchets, okay, back in the 90s, were much thicker copper core. I mean, copper outside.
Copper plating.
And then less zinc in the center. Now, the current ones have predominantly all zinc with a spray paint.
See, how do you know that? Because no, they barrel plate them. They are barrel plated.
So the reason why I know that is because when I dig them out of the ground and the older ones, they last so much longer, and you can see the thickness of the copper versus the zinc as compared to today's. You drop it on the ground, it automatically starts to rot, and that copper just flakes off, and that's it. That coin's now gone.
See, that's interesting, because the weight's the same.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's interesting. But that maybe it was a different manufacturer that they used.
Yep. So because
we did not make our own planchets, our own copper plated zinc planchets. Those are all sourced from we get them from a different source. So, and I'm sure they probably have used different companies.
Right. And so I can definitely tell you, though, just from metal detecting, because they do sound different in their tone also, that your 80s and 90s zinc pennies were much thicker on the copper.
Interesting.
Whereas now it's not that way. It's basically a spray paint.
Yeah, they're all plated. They're all barrel. So you know what I mean when I say barrel plated, right? Yeah. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me to know that there were different thicknesses in the plating and stuff like that. I do know that in the 90s and 2000s, you can find brassy plated stents, and that's from when they put the zinc planchets in the barrels to be plated with the copper plating. Sometimes the zinc planchets would degrade and would actually mix with the copper in there and form brass, and so you'd get brassy plating. So you'll find them sometimes they're yellow looking,
right? And
they definitely have a different color, but yeah, you can find those in the late 90s, I think, and early 2000s, the brassy plated sets.
So that's like,
you can send those in and have them.
Hey, dolls, what's up? So metal detecting long enough that I have, it's like the tone from a wheat penny is different than for your 60s copper in early 70s, and then a switch over, and definitely in the 80s, the tone of and the number on a metal detector will pick up such subtle difference in the coin because of its change in composition.
Yeah, 62 was the last year that there was tin, that they had tin in the alloy. They took the tin out mid 62, I think, or late 62. So 63, there's no tin in the alloy, just copper zinc.
And what's so funny, though, it will pick it up on a metal detector, though, if you have the ear for it. And it will definitely... So, like, when I'm metal detecting, and so your newer pennies from the 60s on up that are copper, will have a higher signal and a higher sound as compared to a wheat.
Yeah.
Just slight. But when you have an ear for it and you learn that, I'll be able to listen to a tone and go, okay, that one is going to be a memorial or this one's going to be a wheat, just by its sound and the number.
Did you know 1942 wheat cents are also the majority of them, like 90-something% of them, have no tin in the alloy because
I didn't know that.
they needed the tin to build the ships or something like that. So, or for something in the military. So they took the tin out of the alloy just in 1942.
Huh. Interesting. So this is the other coin I was telling you about, the other 2021, the Tunguska Airman.
Yeah.
That this one has all of the quarter, all of them, but the crossing over the Delaware is the only one that didn't have it. But it's the same year. Just dumb.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of, is just because it was an individual thing and wasn't part of the program, and
Well, when I read up, it was more that was more of a commemorative style quarter, and that's the reason why they didn't do it.
Yeah.
Did it for all the rest of them.
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, very strange. So, only one.
Sneaking into his pantry for cookies.
Ooh. Cookies.
I want cookies.
Jeez.
So if you eat oatmeal cookies for breakfast, is that still a healthy breakfast?
Of course.
Still oatmeal.
That's right.
I can't have any kind of oatmeal because my acid reflux.
Well, yeah, definitely do it.
That's a shiny one.
Especially the chocolate drop no bake cookies.
I can't even have no milk at all.
Yeah, you're lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
I wish I was sometimes pastry intolerant. Donuts and pies and cakes.
Oh,
Especially
come
this
on.
time of year.
What would life be without those, though? Come on.
Oh, my papa, he drinks eggnog.
I love eggnog.
I do too. I've always liked it.
I love eggnog. My grandson just asked me the other day if I was going to get some eggnog for Christmas.
Not getting much else out here.
Kraken.
Uh-oh. Who let that guy in? Who let the Krakens in? Oof. Oof.
We call you ringworm, right?
Oh, that's the other thing I want to find too. Where's it at? Oh, this one. Another double die I'm looking for.
I just got a slab not too long ago, slabbed homestead quarter with that nice DDR with the extra water pump thing in the window. I like that one.
I've been painting it today.
Painting?
Yeah, I started on a Christmas painting today.
Aww.
Yeah. I've been doing that, doing my domino and trying to get some sun catchers ready for Saturday. I got tons of Christmas sun catchers.
Nice.
And other than that, I've been watching Christmas movies.
I love
Yeah, that Homestead one. I haven't found the double diet on yet. But I have found what they call the leaky bucket.
Yeah.
Ship that looks like it's bulged out the bottom of the bucket.
That is mentioned in the new cherry pickers guide.
Not
Where, as an afterthought, they mentioned a few of the state quarters.
Oh,
you know that's what it was. You know that's what it was. It was like, well, we have to put something in there.
Yeah.
Hey, Kraken. We've taken so long, we can't hold it up any longer.
Keep smacking it, or the cracking it.
What a joke that is. His guide. So disappointed in that.
What time is it? 'Cause I'm getting tired.
I don't know. I'm getting tired too.
It's 1:12 a.m. here.
Yeah,
10:12 here.
Yeah, and I've got church tomorrow too.
Yeah, me too. All right. You guys have a good night. Sleep well. Sweet dreams. Love ya. Bye.
Love ya. Bye.
Have a great night, Tyler.
See you around the neighborhood. Oh boy. Tired. Been going all day with YouTube stuff, and
Oh my.
since we had the premiere train this morning, starting at I was actually watching Frostbite, so that his starts at 9. Watching that at 9 o'clock. Then you go to the premiere train. So then I've got my video for the premiere train. I do all of that. Then at 12 o'clock, I do early bird trade day. I do all that. And then I was over at EC's for a while. And then I went over to Big Flips. And then Big Flips went over here. Yeah, it's been long, over 12 hours playing on YouTube today.
Oh wow.
But I am excited that I finally got monetized. And
Oh, that's awesome.
Paula is my first. She will always be my first. She is my first member YouTube channel. That will never, ever, ever be forgotten. Well, guys, I think I am going to call it a night. I'm gonna hit the sack. Well, guys, I love you all. I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys tomorrow around YouTube land. We'll be over at Silver Keys after we get done with Mama T and Big T's tomorrow. We'll be somewhere. We'll be somewhere around here. So, guys, you guys have a wonderful night. Love you all. You guys take care.
Have a blessed night, everyone.